Good afternoon and welcome to the Edge Market Update for October 20th, 2023. And we closed today on Friday at $4.95.5 on new crop corn on the December contract. We had some nice price action this week as we did rally into weekend, and then we had some profit taking before Friday's close. But all these moving averages have held as support. The 9-day, the 20-day, and the 50-day moving averages are all between $4.85 and $4.92, and they've really acted as a nice support level here for prices. And we have moved up nicely, broke above $5 resistance on Thursday, actually tested up to 509 today on Friday, but unfortunately we're met with profit taking into the end of the week, but still in a positive structure here. We're still in this parabola support range, and as long as we keep moving up higher and keep holding these support levels for next week, I would favor a retest of this level, and if we could break above that 506 to 510 range, certainly my next level would be to fill this gap back in August at the 525 per bushel level. We had a really good amount of volume here at the end of the week with the Middle East geopolitical situation going on, a lot of volume in contracts being traded. Still remain in a long-term positive divergence here on strength indicators. Currently at Friday's close, we're at a little bit stronger than neutral rating, one of the higher ratings we've had since back in middle of July, so that's been good to see. Money flows are also trending positively here as well, and they're strong. They're getting stronger and have more room to run higher. So hopefully next week we can continue to see some upward movement in price, and we can continue to confirm all of these different indicators. Long-term momentum, we're officially back to a neutral reading in the long term on corn. We crossed positively here in September and have been moving steadily up ever since. So that's been really good to see. But again, next week would really like to hold these supports if we do have any weakness to start the week and move to break back above this 506 resistance level and start moving upwards to that $5.25 range. For new crop soybeans, we broke above this negative trend line this week. That was great to see. And we almost challenged the 50-day moving average at $13.23. That would be my target next week for a resistance level. That would be a goal of mine to get to and start challenging that, maybe break out higher. Support, really want to hold $13 if we can, but if we can't, we have the 9 and 20-day moving averages down in that $12.90 to $12.85 range, where I'd really like to see us hold if we test that. If not, certainly puts us in a position where we could retest this bottom long-range support level. But where we are currently is we're trying to make our way back up in the middle of this long-term range between 1435 and 1250. So hopefully we can potentially challenge the middle of that range next week in that 1320 to 1330 area. Volume was very good on contracts as well this week. We had a lot of funds trading, and I think they were potentially covering some short positions that they do have. Strength indicators, we really shot up high quickly here the past couple of weeks. We're currently at a neutral rating, but certainly a lot stronger than we were back in late September, early October. Money flows in the short term are very overbought and strong. So this is typically, we typically see a price peak within a few trading days after this happens. But depending on the escalation in the Middle East, we could see this have an elevated reading for potentially a little bit longer here. Long-term momentum is curling back higher, and we are trying to get back to that neutral level as well. But again, for next week, would really like to see us hold $13 futures. If we can't, really want to see us hold the $12.85 to $12.90 range. That's the minimum I would like to see, or else we could potentially have a move lower. But for the bulls, really want to get back and bounce off of this $13 level and start challenging that $13.24 area to get back to the middle of this long-term range. We've had, currently the harvest price are being discovered for crop insurance. The crop insurance price so far for corn is $4.92, and for soybeans it's at $12.83 through today's close. The last day of tracking will be at the end of the month here in October. So potentially have some revenue payments coming on corn depending where your final yields are at. So it will be important to be in touch with us when you do get done harvesting to see if we have any revenue payments that need to be made. We need to submit a claim into the insurance company. From there, we want to wish you a happy weekend, and hopefully harvest continues to go well, and hopefully you guys can stay safe out there and have some good yields. Thank you for your business, and have a great weekend.